Good morning.
Good morning, Natasha. How are you?
Good, and you, Jeanette?
I'm lovely.
That's great. Thanks for joining today again. We had a little incident last night where we lost our show due to a guest that became part of the community, which is great. These unforeseen circumstances, such as guests coming to the show, it's a great thing because it allows us to grow a community. One person by one person. So to everybody watching today, we are just going to be continuing from last night how to create your profile for the C2C community virtual magazine. Now, the magazine has been put in place for people to put their profiles there so that we can use those profiles to advertise you or to promote you or even to connect you with the right people within the community. Am I correct to say that? I think that's what I picked up last night from Tuma.
Yes, Natasha, I agree with you. Can you hear me? I'm having some bit of a problem with network here.
That's I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I agree with you that we need to standardize the profile. And as it was suggested that you are the professional in this. So you can go ahead and teach us what we need to do.
Okay. So I want to give you guys just a quick brief of what is a profile and, what is it for? So to create a personal profile is putting who you are as a person on a piece of paper. So it is basically, it's got all the information as to, what you look like, your names, your brand that you're representing, what you specialize in, a small little brief what about or who you are about me that needs to go in there as well. And as well, because it's the C2C community and the C2C virtual magazine, we obviously would like to know what you as a member can contribute towards the C2C and what the C2C means to you. And with the other great thing that what we would like to see in this profile is, what have you experienced from the C2C so far? Because I've seen and I've met a lot of people through the C2C that where one person has met another person and they've worked together. So these are great things, and we want to showcase these kind of testimonials from people out there, so we can show to people outside that the C2C is real, and the C2C is something that you can really benefit from. So I think Janet has given us a couple of templates that we can use to create these profiles for you. Obviously, it's a template that will be easy to use for you. So basically, you'll just need to add in your information into these templates.
All right.
Cool. Okay, so we will pull up a template now. Can I use the one from yesterday? Is that fine?
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, let me just quickly get it. So I was going to get it quickly.
No problem. Or do you want me to open from my side?
If you can. My WhatsApp is so slow at the moment. I'm telling you, I need a new computer or something.
No, but I think it's somewhere. It seems like it's a Southern African problem. Maybe even serious problems connected with this side as well. So I don't know what's going on.
I think so. I think maybe the cable underneath the ocean is like broken or something. Okay, so our internet's very bad. I've really had bad internet. I literally had to go and buy myself like a little router with a 3G internet on it so that I can actually do things at home, because I've got a fiber network which I pay a lot of money for, and this thing just keeps on lagging, and it honestly, my computer goes so slow, everything is just so slow, and I sound like a little alien eventually because it keeps on breaking up when you speak.
But I actually, what, we're diverting. Okay, do you want me to pick up the pictures first, or do you want the profile only?
Let's start off with the profile picture, because that's the most important part of your profile.
I'm saying, should I pull out those pictures that I sent you last night? Or
we can do that, because you know what? this show this morning is just basically for us to show you what it would look like and what it needs to look like. Obviously, as each member, you are allowed to customize it according to, you know, your preferences, because obviously the profile needs to showcase you. And, you know, to put this, like Janet has said yesterday and last night, and obviously in the group, is that we're putting these customized profiles in the magazine so people can see who you are as a person. There we go. Always gone to
Oh, sorry, I just moved it. I thought you could see it.
It disappeared again. Let me just get it going. You know, I'm actually very new to this program. There we go. And you know, I'm learning. You know, I've been learning a lot this week. I've been learning how to Bitcoin, and I'm learning how to, you know, use this program. I'm literally on a learning curve this week. Okay, so this is purely an example as to what it will look like in the virtual magazine. Now, it's going to be customized according to, so we can obviously showcase the C2C community, and then as well as to showcase the person that is in this profile. Yes, it looks like an article, but you know, this is kind of a bit more professional, and it obviously it reads as a story. People want to hear your story. People want to hear who you are, and you know, stories are more attractive to the audience than actual just a profile with blocks and squares and things like that. So I would, you know, this is to me a very beautiful template. So first thing that we notice on the template is that the profile picture. Now, a profile picture is a very important part of this profile. Why that is so is that people see who you are, and it's easier to put a face to a name than to try and figure, you know, because there are so many names and surnames that are duplicate on Facebook and LinkedIn. You know, if you put in a name and surname, at times 10 people will come up with the same name and surname. So you don't know who that person is. So that profile picture is very important. Now, the secret to a proper profile picture is to ensure that your picture is basically the same through all your social platforms, including this you know, profile that we're putting in the magazine, because it's easier for people to find you. You know, and you know, try to have a clear face. That's ideal. You know, you can do from shoulders to your head. You can do, you know, from like the gentleman from the waist up. I wouldn't advise a full scale, a full length photo, because it kind of makes you smaller, because obviously the space on the page, we are limited to the space. So I would advise, you know, from waist upwards or from your shoulders upwards. You know, that would be a great picture. Try and keep your face open. So if you are a lady and you've got, you know, long hair, or you've got, you know, try and, you know, still have hair in your face, but, you know, it's okay. Just try and, you know, minimize so people can actually see your face. You don't have to do a passport photo because those really look bad, but, you know, you're more than welcome to still have your nice hairstyle, but just try and keep your face clear. Now, try and avoid group photos, because, you know, the problem with group photos is we are 4 or 5 people in the group. Nobody knows who you are. You know,
Yes,
now they're trying to figure out who you are. So try and use one just where you are alone. And then try not to do a selfie. You know, we're not on TikTok or on Instagram. This is a professional magazine. So, you know, try and, if you are going to use a selfie, try and do it as professional as possible. You know, a lot of my photos that I do, I don't know if you guys saw the flyer last night, that was basically a selfie, but it doesn't look like a selfie. So, you know, if you do try and do a selfie, you know, try and, you know, try and show that you're holding your hand, you know, that part. You try to eliminate that part. So, and then if you have a brand, you know, it would be great if you've got clothing that showcases your brand. That's great. You know, it's like I said last night, that when people see you, they will see your brand, and when people see your brand, they will see you. So it's kind of a good way to showcase who you are and who your brand is and how you guys associate with one another. If you don't have, you know, it's fine, because I know that we will, on the page, we will put your logo, your brand. I think we should be make space for that, so that you can, you know, showcase your brand that you are obviously going to use in the C2C community. Janet, I'm not sure if you want to add anything onto the profile picture, because I know you yourself have a couple of great photos that
I actually
you have.
I want to ask you something. Both I'm thinking you can actually use me as a case study, right? I have different photos. You find I've got a different photo on Twitter. I got a different photo, I think, on my LinkedIn. I got a different photo. I can't remember my other professional platform. Is that recommended, or should we just stick to one particular picture?
Well, look, I believe that each social media platform is meant for a different purpose. Facebook is more for socialing, where LinkedIn is more professional, where let's say Twitter is more for creating awareness. Ideally, it would be great if you could showcase, because obviously we are a professional group of people, to showcase the same picture right through. That would obviously be recommended, but obviously it's up to you. But it's just easier for people to find you if you have a picture that kind of carries through all your social media platforms.
Oh, okay. No, that's
But
yes.
A lot of
That's
people
very
look, they have, like, for example, I can take 4 different pictures of myself, and you will see that I look like 4 different people. That's quite scary. So that's kind of, for me, it's easier to put one picture on everything. But you'll see my LinkedIn photo is different compared to my Facebook or my my other platforms. But I try and still look the same. Like I say, it's recommended, but if you can get yourself to look the same, it's perfectly fine. Mix it up a bit, but like I said, it's recommended because we need to find you easier.
Okay, I've got a few photos that I think we can discuss, and you can just say something about them. Should I put them on the screen?
Perfect. The more information that we give to our community, the better it's for them to understand what we require from them.
All right. So which means I have to unshare the screen, right? I'm really not well versed with this group, so you have to be patient with me, okay? All right. Let me unshare. Do I stop sharing and reshare? What do I do?
No, you can just share the next one. Okay, you can just reshare again. I'll just add them up.
Chrome tab, WhatsApp. It's on WhatsApp actually.
That's fine.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yes, I'm going to add to stream now. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it's a great photo.
All right.
This gentleman is, showcasing very professional. And when you look at this gentleman, it's inviting because, his picture says a million words. I'm wondering of our viewers, it would be great for our viewers and our people that are commenting, to add your comments to this, because this is great, because the more people out there that are commenting on the pictures, the more understanding it is to what the picture describes of the person. So if anybody's online and, or willing to join us on this, by commenting what your thoughts are of the picture that you're seeing, it would be great, because obviously it gives us a bit more, from the audience outside to see what they would say about the picture. But from my side, this gentleman looks very professional. He looks like he's a businessman, and it looks like he knows what he's talking about. So it's very good. His face is clear, his face is open. You can see who he is. So if you would go to his other social media platforms and you would search for him, you'll find him easy, even though his face is clear.
Oh, okay. So can I move to the next one?
Yes, please.
All right. This one.
Okay, there we go. Well, this looks a bit more casual, so he's showcasing a bit more of a casual side to him. It's more open, because obviously his body language presents a bit more openness. If you've gone through, learning body language, you would realize that when people cross their arms, they kind of give you the sense that they are locking you off. They're building up a barrier between you and them. And he's a bit more open, so he's a bit more inviting to you. So that looks more casual and inviting. But obviously, from my point of view, I would still prefer the first picture.
I agree. Because for me, he actually looks like he's trying too hard. I don't know if that's the right thing to say.
This is supposed to be a no judgment zone. We don't judge comments yet, and it doesn't matter how good or how bad a comment is. These comments are needed out there, because people are going to be asking us these questions, and then we might not be able to get to them quick enough. And then, they end up, putting the wrong information. But yeah, I fully agree with you. It looks like he's trying too hard. It's like those people who try to model, but then they kind of like have bad selfies.
Yes. Okay, let me put the next one.
Okay. This one I would definitely not recommend. I think this showcases me that this person is not confident. His self-esteem is a bit lacking in a sense, and he's shy. So it doesn't show very inviting to me. It shows that he's trying to showcase a brand that should not actually be trusted, if I can put it that way. It kind of gives you a bit of a red flag as to who this person is.
Other than that, the body language, the crossing of arms or the holding of hands, it kind of looks, he's closed. That's the way out. It's a bit close to me. So I also would go with this. Yes, I would also wouldn't go with this one.
Okay.
Let me put the next one. Can you see the next one there?
Yes. Okay. I think this one, his clothing is a bit I don't know. It's too one color. His skin complexion with the suit color. The contrast doesn't work for me. Compared to the first picture, which is similar to the last picture. It like I said, the color contrast is just not working for me there.
That was my thinking as well.
So I prefer the first one where he's got the blue with obviously like I said, it's very one tone there. To me, a brown suit has never been appealing because it kind of, I don't know, it doesn't matter what color your complexion is, it just doesn't work. So I think the blue just kind of gives you that bit more of a different contrast. It also just uplifts the picture because like I'm a person that loves to wear black and white, but that's a very dull color. It's a color that's look, it's a professional color, but when you think black and white, you think a waiter, or you think a salesperson. So I try and match up with. I love the color blue a lot, like a navy blue. So I try and kind of match it up differently. But like I say, is when you do try your profile, it needs to be appealing to the eye. So try and I'm not saying go buy a new wardrobe. I know that people can be really creative. If you even just try to add a different color tie, it would have made a difference. But everything is the same color there, so it kind of just it looks meh. If I've got better words for that. I think we've lost Janet there for a moment. Okay, so Signoro asked, does the height have a direct influence in one's personality or appearance, body language? I'm not sure what you mean with height, but when it comes to body language and you're doing a profile picture, it is very important to showcase that you are open to people, you are open to accepting people. It is for people, the psychology behind it, the brain. I believe that within the first 30 seconds that someone sees your profile or your profile picture, or the first 90 seconds that they actually read your profile, that is when they make up their mind about would they be interested in reading any further, or would they basically just pass by. So to me, your body language showcases a lot about how inviting you are to accepting people in. So if you you don't always need to smile, but try and showcase with your body that you are open for people, that you are open to accept them to come to you. By crossing your arms, sitting backwards, it kind of shows that you are not interested in accepting these kind of people to talk to you. Hi, Janet. Sorry, I think we've lost you for a second there. I've just answered Signoro's question where he says, does the height have a direct influence in one's personality or appearance? So I've explained that body language is a very important thing when it comes to showcasing a picture to your audience. And yes, if you have a closed off body language, people will less likely interact with you. Where you have a more open, body language, they will allow them to come to you and speak to you. Okay, I think we've lost Janet again. Let's see. Follow-up question: is there anything one can do better to better their appearance in relationship to what they should wear? Look, if you actually go, I think every person, is different. Your physique, your features are different. So it all differs from obviously what you wear. If you are a bit more on the curvier side, I would not advise you to wear tighter clothing. It's a lot about tailoring your clothing to fit your appearance. And then obviously we all need to put a stamp on who we are. If you are a flamboyant, colorful person and you like purple hair, it's okay. But there are other ways to make yourself professional. So we're not supposed to be changing ourselves as people to be able to suit or to impress other kinds of people out there. So it is important to still be who you are as a person. So I would advise that try and be who you are. Try and look professional. If you do go on Google, you will find a lot of ways to be creative. To look professional doesn't cost a lot of money. Like, for example, for a lady out there, to wearing a heavier eye makeup and a very red lipstick, it's not going to work. You're not going to a disco. You are presenting yourself to business people out there. So if you are going to go with a very bright color lipstick, for example, I would advise toning down your eye makeup. And if you want to wear a bit more heavier eye makeup, I would advise you to go more for a neutral lip color. So there are balances, and trying to find the right balance is very important for a profile picture. So yeah, I think we've lost Janet. So I'm just going to carry on with the obviously tips and things that we can focus on when writing this profile. So your name and surname is very important. So why is that? Because people can go and find you on social media. Now, if you have more than one name, I would advise you to use your first name and your last name, or the name that you're known by and your last name. If you have four names and a surname, and you go by the third name and your surname on all your social media platforms, I would advise you to go with that name and surname. Then I know that a lot of African cultures, they have a traditional name, which obviously has a traditional meaning. But I know that a lot of them have an English name as well that they go by on social media. So I would advise you then to use your English name. So if it's possible for you, I would advise you to, add your name to this profile so that people can find you on your social media. Then it's always great to add your job title, what the thing that you specialize in. So one second for me. So if you are, for example, let's say you are like I am a marketing person, so I am into marketing and social media, so I would put in social media and marketing. That's what I specialize in. So that will give people kind of the direction when to and how to contact you. So it basically shows them, okay, I need someone in the marketing industry, so I will go and find someone in the marketing industry. Natasha is someone in the marketing industry. So the information that we need to put out there, it kind of allows people to search you much easier. I've just been going through, the name and surname part, having a name and a surname is very important, and to go by the name and surname that people can find you on is very important. Morning, Mutuma.
Morning. How are you?
Good, and you? Good, and you?
Excellent.
So we've been just going through what is important for this profile, and we've been going through a couple of tips as to what the information is that is required in the profile to make it stand out from the rest. So we are at the about me part, so where people can showcase who they are as a person. So the about me part is as a short piece that informs a reader about who you are, your profession, what you've accomplished, your personal values, and obviously the value that you can add to your community. This is the part that people will read and people will find an interest in you as a person. So this is a part where people can also find some kind of an association with you, something that they will have in common with you as a person. So this is something that needs to be well crafted. It's not something you just put together today and put it up. So I would advise to stick by the rule of 3, because that obviously in business that's a very good rule as well. So by doing the rule of 3, 3 of your best accomplishments, 3 of your best qualities, 3 of your best values, to keep it short, because you don't want to be for someone to be reading a 6-page document about who you are. People can it becomes very difficult for the author of the document, but as well it becomes very boring for the reader of the document. So try and keep that as pungent and as strong as possible. Then your skills are very important as well. To showcase your skills to a community helps them identify ways they can utilize you as a person, and how they can how you can help them, or how they can help you. I always believe when you walk into a room and at a networking event, to never go in with a mindset of what they can do for me, but walk in with the mindset of what I can do for them. And when you go with that mindset, people, when you do something well for someone, they will kind of have the in the back of the mind that they owe you one. So that one day when you need them, they'll be more reluctant to obviously open up. They will be more willing to help you than obviously you going to approach them and asking them for help. It kind of just eases that nervous and anxiety of asking someone for help, because I know a lot of people are afraid of that psychologically. It is a thing that we all are nervous to approach someone for help, especially for someone that's got a higher they are more experienced in life, or they are more they know more in life, so they kind of can come over as intimidating for a person. But if you kind of give them something that they need, they will not be as difficult to contact and to ask for help one day when you need the help. So then and then the most important, there are 2 things that I find that are very important for this profile, and that is to put exactly what the C2C means for you, and what you have done in the C2C and how you have experienced the C2C, because this is something that will show the people that the C2C is real, and that it's called like a testimonial where people can follow. If there's a good testimonial, people out there are, they feel what you feel, and they want to have what you want or what you have. People are people that follow. The general person is a follower. If someone has a nice car and they got it by, I don't know, playing the lotto, winning the lotto, people that follow them will be playing the lotto to be able to have a car like that. So it's kind of by putting your testimonial, how you experienced the C2C and what it means to you, will allow people, to want to feel the exact same thing that you have been experiencing, you have been feeling. And then as well, another thing that's good is that if you could showcase how your skills can work in the C2C, that will be great, because, by showcasing your skills gives the people a bit more information about what you can do for them. Once again, it's about not what you can do for me, but once again, it's what I can do for you. It just invites your audience to come to you and be like, you know what, I see you can help me with this. I would like your help. So basically, it gives them that sense of openness, that you are open to accept them to come and contact you. And then, I know that it's a lot to take in, and I know that, it's a lot of information to take in. And I said to Jeanette, and I agreed that we will obviously put a little guideline together so we can recap on everything that has been spoken about here, so that you can.
Maybe Natasha, just to look at what is happening in the group. There are questions that you may not be in that group on a radio station.
Okay.
And I provoked this morning, and then also I had a conversation with Janet about that profile and what we should be covering. If I look at that profile and I look what Miriam is saying, it means we have a lot to learn ourselves. Let me just take Miriam as an example. She asked very good questions about Mkoma Masimba. I appreciate Masimba's followers joining. So the first thing is that Masimba has got a brand, and there are people who are following him as a brand. So there are people independent of him and us. When he goes on air, you will have 100 or 200 followers. For him to do that, he must have done something different to have followers.
Yes.
But these followers are following him as an individual, because he is out there promoting his personal brand. Then what happened to him? He was on Facebook. He goes to this other Facebook page, other people's Facebook page. But the core thing is that he's promoting himself as an individual. So his brand as a person, for whatever content he's throwing, is not in the context of any community. There are many superstars who don't have anyone they can call a friend or a community.
Yes.
Because they are popular. Then there are other people who become popular by saving the community, by doing something in the name of the community.
Yes.
So their page will be different.
That's true.
One page will say, I. The other page will say, we did this. And then there are two persons,
Yes.
two profiles. And that's what Janet was asking. That in this case, you invited me to meet the presentation of Glue as a platform. And to me, it was a call or a charge for you to do something. And perhaps that's what I said. But what I had invited here to do is just for her to observe some of our critical thinkers, whether they are community driven or they are not, as an observation. There are people who would want to use WhatsApp, advertise themselves without knowing that if everybody in the WhatsApp group does the same, then it becomes unmanageable. You can't even remember who advertised what. Then Janet said, let's have a structure and order so that we have each one having a page to do that. Doesn't matter whether you have a better brand or not. But just imagine how difficult it is to do a speech of 1 minute. We can do a speech of 2 hours. And yet in the 2 hours, there's only 1 minute of value. Because I have already spoken too much instead of just getting to the point. So there are many people who have that problem. How to reduce content into an understandable one-pager.
Yes, but you know what, sorry, Tim, I have experienced that, that exact what you're saying, a while ago. But it wasn't for me, it was for business. And, we were trying to put pages and pages and pages of information in one page. And it took me easily about 3 months to figure out how to do this. And, I can relate to that, because it isn't an easy job. Like I said, when you
put a page, just to put a page and get it succinct and get the key points. What is it? Even me, I'm struggling with my own page.
Yes. It's when you need to decide what is important, what is not important, what is too much and what is too little. And this is why I say that I prefer going with the rule of 3. 3 top things that you want to put in there. 3 achievements, 3 values, 3 skills, because these are the 3 most important things that means to you. I know a lot of people feel that all 20 of their skills or their achievements are important, but you need to find the 3, because remember, you need to find the 3 that will be the most appealing to your audience and to your profession. If you were an au pair and now you're a lawyer and you want to attract people for law business, you are not going to be putting your skills of an au pair in the lawyer stuff, you understand? So that's got nothing to do with one another. So you kind of need to, like I said, a profile like this needs to be sculptured in a proper manner. And you need to take the information and you need to decide, by keeping in mind that what you want your audience to read about you. As I say,
let's say you are correct, and there's another approach which says, I want to market myself by association.
Okay.
And my profile is not the essence of it, because that you can get it on my Facebook page, on my Twitter page. You find most of the people, including me, assume that actually people know what they need to know. So I don't put much information. So most people don't define themselves by what they put. And even if I were to put my information and look at the fields that are in the, for me to put my profile, you find that they may not allow me to have pictures, to have this, to have lifestyle, just to have an easy going that, Janet and Natasha are putting together their own profiles. But I'm struggling to put something that would actually indicate that I now know more people than I did know. Let's say that was association. That I want to show the profile on my profile C2C that I did well with myself, but today I have other people that can help me even to do my blog, to do my profile, to do my this or that. And like Signora says, what was your take in relation to the topic of the day? And like that, the topic of the day is a negotiation, because it's a conversation. Other people say, come, Natasha, tell me exactly what you want me to do. And then I'll tell you, in your profile, do this, do that, do that. But if I put my profile out there, it may tell somebody, actually, I learn more from this about C2C. What is C2C? That I want to highlight the community side of me. That first I gave up time, did a show called Virtual Coffee Shop, and the idea was just to build a community of people. And the challenge of building a community is that some just don't have the time to listen to that. But if I were Mkoma Masimba or Tinashe Jonas yesterday, I would get 150,000 viewers. But after the viewers, there's nothing I can do. And they don't even know what he was talking about, that we need to build these communities. So I would then go to Tinashe Jonas to say, how did you find the show yesterday? where because of you, people want to hear what you're saying. But if you're part of this community building, you will not be able to talk to people and say, oh, people in the diaspora are uninformed.
Mm.
You'll be able to say, can we come together to know each other first? And once we know each other, and how do I get to know you? Just by putting the stuff in. You remember, Janet, yesterday we spoke to Mr. Ponela.
Yes.
Yeah. And he was on Jonas' show. Is that correct?
Yes, it's true.
But he invited himself to come to the show. Is that correct?
Yes, true.
But in the show, we started talking about C2C.
Mm.
And what did he say? I've been trying to get hold of the people in C2C, but I couldn't.
It's true.
Give them my number. Is that correct?
Yes.
But since yesterday, no one has asked for his number. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's true.
He would have been on this show. But talking about his own experience and why he needs to be part of the community. And he ended up having to apologize for something that he had said. How many of us live in our own world? So that is the challenge that we have. How we get such a person to get a profile from that is similar to Natasha. So Natasha, where is your profile? Because I don't have one. And you are the expert.
I'm going to do my profile today, and I'm going to share it on our WhatsApp groups, because I think by showing an example to people, it will kind of give them that understanding of what needs to be done. But I think to do that, it's a bit dangerous, but because people can just copy and paste.
Just do it for yourself. You don't even just, if you share, that's fine. But just for yourself to say, I am part of this community. My friends don't know that I am part of this community. And what I just want to communicate is that before and after, without and with the community, what is the change to me personally? Don't do it for them. If you have run 20 shows, just talk about the 20 shows that I have benefited, and in the WhatsApp groups, what is the content that is being shared. And I want to change the content by sharing my own reflections.
So, if I can understand you correctly, Mutuma, the profile that I'm going to be drafting or doing is more about my story before the C2C and my story after the C2C, correct?
Yeah, that's one way. I'm just trying to negotiate with you to say.
No, that's fine. Because I'm open to these ideas. To me, this is a thing that it's a lovely opportunity, and it's an exciting initiative, and to put these information, because like I say, it's testimonials that people out there is going to read about you, and they're going to
pick 10 individuals or 5 individuals that you have met. That will be on your page. Yeah, that I have now met interesting people, and I'm just at home.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they say about me.
But I'm curious about one thing. So are we giving people one page each, or are they allowed to put as many pages as possible? Because if we make one page about them in the experience,
you can put as many pages as you want. What we're saying is just the discipline. Just if you were to have your own page, you can have more. Online is many. All we are saying is, let's have you from your own perspective. If you were to preach about Jesus, what do you say? You can take a verse, and that's your sermon. You don't have to say much more about the whole Bible.
Okay.
All right. What about those that would want to push their own brand through adverts?
Then you are undermining the community, because if I go to the Pope and I want to confess, then it means the priest no longer has a job. I have to go to Rome to confess. So if you want to promote your own, you are still promoting your own because you are in that community anyway. All you say is, this is what I do, or you can provide a link to your page.
No, but aren't magazines also more exciting with a few adverts and all that? And they could just make it a proper magazine.
No, I'm saying is, if you are doing it as a business, not as a community part, because people are paying membership to be there. So you are saying this is a member area, so that you don't abuse it and start opening it up to people who are not members. If you have one Christian, one church member who has agreed to leave one church to come with you, you talk about yourselves. You don't talk about the people you left. So you are not there. This is not an attempt to, you are trying to get away from branding as a person without a community, where you are in an island as Janet, you have your own blog. If it works for you, you don't need other people. You can just do it and just have, you can't then mix it and say, I want to be in a community, but I want to be in my own island. There are people who live in townships who can go and ask for salt, ask for sugar, with the neighbor. But if you are living in a suburb, it's very difficult for you to come and knock and say the dogs are there and say I'm looking for salt.
I swear, I keep on breaking. Seems like I'm quite unreliable when it comes to internet.
All right.
Okay,
So I'm just saying is that let's just think about it. Where does a community start and end?
It starts with you as a person, and it
but
ends with
you
you as a
have to-
person.
You have to be proud about your family, about your own children.
Mm.
You see, and they are part of your community. So you have to decide what you want. I can talk about my kids, where they go to school. At school, I'll meet other parents. I'll meet other people. When it's birthday, I'll do this.
And Natasha, is anyone
But-
speaking right now?
Hello?
Yes, we are. So I think Janet's internet's a bit bad because ever since last night we had a bit of an issue. Jan, can you hear us? I think there could be a delay.
There could be latency here. So if people want to advertise, there's nothing wrong with setting up an online magazine where you ask for advertisement, whether you're a member or not. You can give people discounted rates. But you don't have to use the C2C magazine and call it C2C magazine. If they want to advertise in my blog, there's no problem. But I sell the space.
But this is what this community is about, Ntumwa, and I think you would agree with me, is that the purpose of this is for us to utilize each other to build our brands. But before we can do that, we need to first work on who we are as people. Before you can build a brand, you need to work on yourself first. Yeah,
first, once we have 100 people, 200 people, then when I have my blog, I can advertise to 200 people. Even if I get 10%, is fine. Then I put them for the payment. But first, I must know who to reach.
Exactly. So if you're without a following or without people, who are you going to advertise to? If it's only you, who are you going to be advertising to? So the thing is, people need to understand we need to start with a proper foundation, and that is to build a group and a following of individuals. And as soon as we've done that, individuals, and we've got a solid foundation, we can grow from it and start advertising and promoting each other's brands towards people.
That's right. So it becomes now a foundation. We need a seed. And who are in the seed? It can't be Janet doing everything. What I need is to provoke others to be like Janet. And through my participation, Natasha is given up time. It's Natasha who then becomes part of the glue, part of the foundation. Then once I reach a critical mass, then I can be able to say those who are selling toothpaste, advertise. Because we have the numbers. We've consolidated all our numbers. It could be just a profile. Mawere has got 30,000 LinkedIn, Facebook, this on my C2C page, just to show the connections, that those are the connections. That's my profile on social media. Then this is my C2C. C2C doesn't have 30,000 people. Then I post it on LinkedIn, that magazine. That C2C is about converting those 30,000 to help somebody. So it means I will then encourage people to leave Facebook or WhatsApp, or Twitter, and come back to the community where they can now leverage and say, Mawere has got 30,000, Natasha has 2,000, this one has 50,000. Then we add them together. That becomes our reach, our connection. But imagine I got a blog and I'm the one blogging on my own. Like the videos I send you. If you look at the guys who are doing banking, that we had a video conference with. If I go to the page and they are saying it's for us, do you want to see their page?
I tried to research them last night because, this is something that's very interesting to me because I've literally recently become very interested in digital currency and digital banking and, you're moving away from the traditional stuff because, we're going to have Joyce from Digital Hub coming onto the show this week. And, she actually wants you to be part of the show because she's all about the digital transformation, about how we live today. And, it's an interesting subject because I met in Turkey a gentleman that is a lecturer at one of the universities, and they are so for digital transformation. And it's really a subject that captures a lot of people out there. The younger youth of today, everything is going digital, and it's a different way of doing life. And I tried to research them last night, but I only got limited information because I wanted to kind of be prepared for the show today, obviously for the video call. But obviously we couldn't all get in. But I will take it that it was interesting, and it was a subject that really.
So let's just look for the purpose of it, so that we see the C2C in motion. Okay, that's the video.
Your motivation station. This is Kingfisher FM.
So the person is called.
Joining us in studio, an organization that's seeking to uplift and change society. And
so this is it. How many views do you see there?
Have them with us, Sunny Fisher, the CEO, the man is following that.
100 views. It's a bit small.
100 views. And when was the date posted?
6th of June, 2000. It looks like 18. Just correct me if I'm.
Yeah. So, and right now it's called For Us. And you only have 100 views on your own. Do you see that as an opportunity?
100 views since that date. There is an opportunity, but it's something. There's a reason why there's only 100 views, and it's because the community that they've shared this video to is very small, or that their community is not interested in what they are doing. But like you mentioned before, is that when you have a group of followers, 5 of those, let's say 1,000 followers, are people that are interested in what you are doing, and the other 995 of them just follow you because they just follow you. This is what's the problem with communities, is that with obviously following, is that people follow for the wrong reasons. And when you come part of a community like we are building now, if they were part of this community and we had, let's say, 50,000 followers, 50,000 people would have seen this video.
No, I'm saying, let's say we are 100 of us and we all choose to post on our social media. What will be the change to this?
Oh, wow. And, people will go and watch it because, I like to watch what people post on my LinkedIn feed. And, there are some, videos and interviews like this which are very interesting. So I would watch it.
This message then multiplies.
Yes.
To many people. That's C2C.
True.
Let's take that one, go to the person and say, I notice I belong to C2C, or I'm just sharing the multiplication that if you are reaching 200 people in 2 years, then, and you want to get to 100 million bank accounts, how are you going to do it? You need other people to get the message out.
And it's so true because, you can market this product as much as you want. But once again, if you don't have the people who believe in your product, they will not speak of your product and they will not advertise your product and they will not believe and get other people to be. Like I said, people are followers. There's a very little amount of leaders out there. And those who lead, the rest follows. It's kind of like I don't know, they call it a sheep effect, where the one goes and then the rest just follow. And this is exactly what's going on here. And, if you've got the right amount of leaders, which the C2C will be part, everybody in the C2C, let's say, for example, becomes leaders, the people who follow them will follow, because if people follow things that people, believe in. And, so I think people, like, if they were part of the C2C and we obviously had 1,000 people or even 30,000 people who shared this video, that it could have multiplied by 100, 1,000, even, and as long as people multiply, people want to have it and they want to try it. And the day when they launch, people will actually want to use the service because they've watched the videos, they've read the articles, they've become accustomed to it, they're used to it, they're okay with it. They've got that sense that it's okay to use the service.
Yeah. So those are the things that we need to consider, that for somebody like that, he may think Mawere alone has got 30,000. So why don't you tell your followers to listen to this video or to watch this video? And my answer is, I can't. They are not my followers. I am connected to them, but I can't tell them what to do. And even if I say this is an interesting one, most people, I don't even know who has watched or not. But if we're in a community, I will know. Because
but said you dispute that there's an influencer effect involved.
Hello? I didn't hear.
Yeah.
Hello? Okay.
So if there is a influencer aspect involved.
But if the influencer is part of the community, then I can use that influencer as my bridge. Because we're already connected. So my page will connect with the influencer. So my page will have me and the influencer.
And like I say, when someone recommends something that and that you are connected with, the person that they're recommending it to is more open to trying and listening and watching and reading than just randomly putting it out there for people to, it's in the investment world as well, Mutumo, what we've experienced is that when someone introduces you, the person on the other side is more available to accepting to listen to you than you going to that person directly. So like you say, there's a bridge we can leverage from one person to another person to get it out there. And I fully agree with you on that.
So
from
like
personal
like a doctor, let's say I wanted to motivate that my page would be simple. If you join, I didn't hear what Janet said. If you join C2C, you can have better legs, faster legs. You can sleep faster because other people are not sleeping while you are sleeping. You can reach more clients. And if those clients are authentic, they tell that you are a good doctor, you get more patients.
Mm.
So I have gotten more people. I'm running mentorship. This is what I do. And if you look at the group conversation, Miriam again is asking very useful questions, but directed at me. Can we structure for private mentorship for those that request it? But why do you ask? Who do you ask? If you believe that mentorship is important, your page will contain mentorship, things I've learned from so and so. I've learned the following. Yesterday, I learned never ask a question about what's to be done.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Just do it.
just do it. Yeah, but that's my lesson. But she's asking me, can we? As if we are we.
Mm.
Isn't that a lesson? Can we have
Mm.
a show? Instead of
Yes.
saying,
Can I
I
have a show?
have a show.
Mm.
To talk about the need for mentorship.
Yes.
This morning I learned a lot. I met 4 people I didn't know. But because of one person who saw me on these videos, it was easier for him to contact. When he was asked, who can we talk to expand our reach in Africa? My name automatically came up.
Mm.
You see, because of what he sees me doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
this is what it's about. It's about creating awareness, and we always say this in these shows, and this is a perfect example, is that to create not even awareness, it's not just for the C2C, but it's for the members in the C2C to create those awarenesses for what they do and what they believe in. And once again, I can't stress enough about it, it's that we need to build that solid foundation of good and quality members to become part of the C2C. So we can uplift each other's brands, we can promote each other's products and services and businesses, even new businesses. I know the startup world is very difficult out there, but if we have an array of different types of people that are part of this community, it will be easier for you as a startup to find your investor through this platform, because it is people that will believe what you do, because obviously the rest believes in what you do. So it's kind of like people do what other people believe is right.
Yeah, so that is the I don't know whether Janet had sent something. I don't know whether she I couldn't hear that time, but these are some of the things that I'm saying. So I would talk about the things that I've done, I've benefited, that I can get access to, like your profile. Are you on Facebook?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes.
How many friends?
I think I've got over 300 friends, but I haven't used it in like ages, so I'm busy like rebuilding it now.
And I got 5,000.
No, I've seen it.
So, and that's the maximum. So, do you need to leapfrog to get 5,000 plus 300? Or you need to build your own 5,000?
Well, I think it's got to do with building your own 5,000, because, people who follow you might not have an interest in what I do. So,
but
you need to build.
How many, if you ask C2C, and there are 2 of us, how many Facebook friends do we have?
5,300.
5,300. So if I advert, then you will be working on my Facebook page. Every day you're posting whatever video you've done. So you are reaching out to my people. Then you go to LinkedIn. How many are you on LinkedIn?
Oh, I've got probably like 2,000 or 3,000 people on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I got 30,000. So it
Mm.
means the two of us have 33,000. So
True.
you want to have a workshop. You have a page. Where do you advertise your page? On my wall, because I'm already in it. You don't have to say, you know, Mawere. Hmm?
Yes, no, I fully agree. You know, there are ways of doing this. You know, you can tag you in my post, and you know, your people will see what I tagged you in. Sorry.
But it's
And I
part of
fully agree.
C2C that because we are together, you have my authority to do that because we
Yes.
belong to the same group.
True.
Yeah. But are we doing that on a daily basis?
No. You know, I think we ask too much permission.
Your Facebook page, but I can remove somebody from my Facebook friends because they are there just sitting as connections.
Yes.
So I would then be able to take someone out, replace them with you.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I've got another meeting at 11:30. So
Okay,
can I catch up with you later? I'm sorry, Natasha. I couldn't.
No, it's fine. And I will chat to you over WhatsApp when you're ready, and then obviously we will correspond and collaborate. Everything we need to do.
It's all right. So the internet in Zimbabwe is quite terrible, so I can't be relied on, especially for these lives.
No problem.
That's fine.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
Janet.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So you got the gist.
Mm.
Yeah. So we can talk about connections. And then how do we multiply connections?
Yes.
And that becomes part of your page. Then next week you have another page. How to subtract connections and substitute connections.
Yes. Once again, you know, I think that people just don't understand or don't know how to leverage from one another. And, you know, I fully agree with you that we need to use each other, you know, within the community to build those connections. Because like you said, if we are 1,000 people in C2C and we all contribute, even just 100 people, we have built a community of 100,000 connections.
That's right.
You know, we need to, you know, leverage, and this is what I say, and I'm going to say it again, we need to build that strong foundation before we can advertise anything. Because who are you going to advertise to if you only have one person, and that's yourself?
And you have
advertise to yourself.
5 viewers. And
But if you have
viewers.
Exactly.
And then when I go on here, I send the link, I advertise that.
Then if we have 100,000 combined followers or connections and one person posts, 100,000 people will see that post.
That's right.
But now as we stand, only one person will see that post, and that's you who posted it. So
that's right. I
fully believe we need to start with the basics, and that is by building that community first, and the rest will follow. And you know,
and then tomorrow, Natasha will be sharing. Are you my friend? Yes. On LinkedIn, are you? No, I'm saying is if you are, then we show it.
Yes.
Yeah. Then whatever I post, you are going to see, and whatever you post, my 5,000 people, or I don't call them my 5,000, the 5,000 people I'm connected to will see. And then you
go your connections.
Yeah, those are my connections, but they are not my people. I can't tell them what to do. But what we want is the people that every day we must be moving away from connections to communities, to communities, by sharing what we are doing in the name of the community.
Well, your community needs to be, it's your family, you know, it's your family from your family, you know. You know, this is what the community is about, you know, having Facebook connections or LinkedIn connections. They are people that are interested in what you do.
But
they are not your family. How many of them actually speak to you on a daily basis?
But just imagine my relationship with Ricky. If I have a problem, I call him. And he shares with me generously, but other people don't even know that. But imagine 30,000 people knew that I'm connected to Ricky, and he has a unique way of looking at a problem. And that is what we are saying. Then you reach 30,000 people, even if they don't use him, but they will know that he exists as a smart legal person, legal scholar. And then what I say, even on WhatsApp, on YouTube, part of it, I'm borrowing from him without him knowing that I'm already part of him.
Yeah.
And my thinking, in my outlook, where I'm wrong, he corrects me. So
True.
what? Oh, but right now I have nothing to share because it's all private. Yeah. But if we are to run a legal course, I'll be the first one to go for mentorship. To say, Ricky, I value your understanding of legal matters. Yeah. So by me doing that, you remember, we went to Zimbabwe together with him.
He's still not over the fact that they took his hangers out of his bag, because obviously it was a steel hanger.
That's right. But he was in Zimbabwe, so even when we talk about SMM, he is one of the persons who understands deeper than many other people. But where is that data?
He's hiding. I think he's hiding it away. But also, these are information that needs to be given, because you are giving the permission for this information to be distributed. And we really need to put him down behind a computer and have a show with him.
That's right. Ricky, just talk about your experience. You went to Zimbabwe, you went and saw, did he see the former First Lady?
I think he did. I think he mentioned that.
Yeah?
I think he mentioned, yeah, he did say that he met her.
I think when he went to the orphanage. But they will attack me and say, Mawere, you were puppet, you were this, you were that. But Rick is there just to say, this is the record, where the hotel, and this is what happened. Yeah. And this is, that's all. You don't have to go further than that. And we went to see ministers, we went to see MPs, we went, and he was there. But he took himself to go to Zimbabwe. But if it's shared on my group, on the media that I'm already part of, it means his name will go further than what it can go while he's doing wonderful things. You know, yesterday, who was with us on the show? It was Klub Zuma.
Zuma? Which one?
Kulubuse.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's also a client of what?
Ricky Yakula. Yes, we met him. I think it was last year or the year before we met him, and said he's busy buying a house in Joburg, I think, because he doesn't want to be in Durban anymore.
Yeah. But he was talking about another product for immune balancing. But I'm just saying, it's how small the world is.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's the branding. So I hope
that is the beauty of this community. You know, we've got people that we are connected with, and you know, I might be connected to someone, and then you are connected to the same person, and we don't even know that. And this is the beauty of this community, because we're sharing each other's connections and who we know within our communities with one another. And you will find that we have so many similarities and connections within our communities among ourselves. And like I said, it is great. You know, when we literally sit and we think about ourselves, how did we meet that person? And always come back to Matumo and introduced us to this person. It's never the other way around, you know. And then we've met people through those people that Matumo introduced us to, and then our network kind of grew from there. That's the beauty of this community, is that we can, meet people, and you will see that a lot of people that I might know, because the world is very small, and we all run in the same circles. We all have the same circles, the same interests, the same. We think the same. There's a lot that we can literally leverage from one another. But the one thing you will see that we know more people that more than one person knows within this community.
No, thank you very much. I hope as we continue, we will get to the perfection of what the ideas are, so that we can all work together towards the ideal. And we all are connected, but we can convert our connections to some organized group, so that when we have a problem, we know who to reach out to, than just throw darts at a community that is disorganized. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mutumo. Have a lovely day.
Okay.
Bye.